Hi, thanks for watching. Andy here with a look at the astrology for today, Friday, the 1st of June 2018. Gosh, the 6th month. We are nearly halfway through the year. Midsummer comes up in 21 days. The nights start getting a little bit darker in 21 days, which gives us a bit more rest. That's not all that negative, but I kind of look forward to that because you just can't get to sleep when it's broad daylight in your bedroom at 11 o'clock at night, can you? I don't know. Anyway. We start with the moon in Capricorn. In fact, the moon is in Capricorn all day today, UK time. The only thing is she goes void, of course, in Capricorn at 4:36 UK time tomorrow. And that means that at 8:36 p.m. tonight Pacific, or the west side of Canada, 11:36 p.m. Eastern, we actually go into a void, of course, and it's a long void, of course. It's about 18 and a half hours, so it's going to affect people just about everywhere in the world. Very little of this is during what we would call sleep time, but essentially, in terms of getting anything done, it's almost like a sleep time. It's good to have a rest. It's good to go back over things that you've been working on and make sure you've sort of dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. But other than that, there's not a great deal that we can get done. This is happening on the way into Aquarius, where people are more into knowledge and wanting to communicate with people that they actually get on with about subjects that matter to them. So there is a coming together of people as we move into that from Capricorn, which is much more sort of reserved, distant and strict. So there's a change happening there. But during the void, there's not a great deal, I can honestly say. Things are very difficult to predict. Things could go either way. So if you really want to keep sure-footed and solid in terms of what you're doing, I would stop doing it during that void, of course. And that's 8:36 p.m. Pacific, 11:36 p.m. Eastern, 4:36 a.m. tomorrow morning here in UK. But that's tomorrow, so let's keep moving. At the moment, the moon is still in Capricorn. She is 93.4% full. Very strong moon energy still, but she is on the wane. Third quarter comes up on the 6th of June, only 5 days away now, and then she'll be halfway down. She'll be down to 50% full, and that's at 19:31 GMT +1, UTC +1 UK time. Under that Capricorn moon, excuse me, under that Capricorn moon, we can still be far too critical of ourselves and each other, and it's important to keep it real like that. As I was bringing up my children, I had this sort of rule that if I was going to say something that I didn't like about them, criticise them in other words, I would also say something that I did like about them, so it wasn't all negative, and that kind of worked back with me as well. So if you're in a situation involving negativity, just be positive about the things that matter to you. I wouldn't worry too much about other people. Other people are more likely to come along with you and actually join in with where you're going if you're willing to be open like that, because, you know, then they'll think, oh dear, you know, who knows? I'm now guessing what's going to happen in your life. Witches are hiding to nothing. But there is that long void, of course, period coming up at the end of this Capricorn time. Could be tricky, could be awkward, could be almost unpleasant, really. But it's not a bad thing as long as you just see it as a rest, see it as a time not to do anything that attracts any new action, and keep moving. As I speak, the moon is opposite Venus right now. Social interactions come up, and a lot of emotional feelings come in around groups, maybe groups you're in, maybe thoughts of groups you've been in the past. That can come up as well. You know, sometimes we leave something behind and it's forgotten, but there's some little aspect of it, some little element of it that we haven't actually thought of for a while. Those kind of things can come up with the moon square Neptune. With the moon opposite Venus. What am I saying? Right, let's have a proper look at the chart a minute. I don't like to look away from the camera too much. Right, I've got it. It's the sun that's square Neptune. That's where Neptune comes into it. Now, Neptune is the ruling planet of Pisces, has a lot to do with inspiration, has a lot to do with psychic goings on as well. This is, in fact, You know, in better alignments of Neptune, the third eye is really powerful and switched on. Well, the third eye is powerful and switched on regardless of astrology, but it tends to work better when we haven't got this kind of thing going on. People in positions of leadership are going to be very difficult to understand. They don't actually know what they're doing half the time. I think we knew that, didn't we? But that is more the case at the moment. We might see resignations, scandals might come to light. Basically, things are uncertain. It's difficult to make accurate predictions, so I don't know what I'm even doing here. But at least Mercury isn't very deeply involved at this moment. Mercury is trine Mars, which is a powerful planet, the ruling planet of Aries, much to do with war, can be to do with hostility. A trine isn't a really bad alignment, though. It's not like a kind of a complete opposition or anything like that. But communication could be difficult. Transport could be difficult. I only say could be. There's a certain amount of karma in this, but does anyone really understand karma? I don't. I talk about it quite a lot, but I don't really understand it. So Mercury's trine Mars. Venus is trine Jupiter, though. So on the feminine side of things, there's more prosperity, there's more positivity. Things are likely to keep moving. Good time for big group celebrations, actually, as well. Now let's have a look at the minor alignments, because Mercury is quite heavily involved in there, but no matter how many times I tap the thing, it won't come. It's come, I've got it right. June the 1st, 2018. These are UK times in this little bit, right? 10:13 a.m. UK, Mercury in Gemini. It's going to trine Mars in Aquarius. Okay, so we've got the Mercury and Mars thing there. That is just wonderful, isn't it? Venus in Cancer is going to trine Jupiter not long after that at 10:28 a.m. and Jupiter's in 15 degrees Scorpio at the moment. And where else have we got? Mercury yet again in 5 degrees Gemini, 55 minutes. Is going to sesquiquadrate Pluto in 20 degrees Capricorn, 55. Now, a sesquiquadrate is a more difficult one to call. That really depends on where Venus and Jupiter are in your birth chart and what those meanings are for you personally, because they're building blocks of bigger things. So I can't say a lot about that, but that is actually what's happening. Let's take a very quick look at spaceweather.com, because I've nearly hit 7 minutes and that is too long. Solar wind speed up a bit, proton density up a bit, 60% of G1 class, 60% chance, of G1 class geomagnetic storms hitting us all over the world today, and that is solar wind coming from a hole in the face of the sun's atmosphere. Okay, thanks very much for watching, folks. I'm a bit stuttery and stumbly today, but you know, it's one of those days, isn't it? The thing we can do is, it's early in the morning here, and I hope you're watching this early in the morning somewhere. You've got your whole day ahead of you. Things can be good, things can be better. Keep it real, keep it Twig, brother. If you've enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will be along very shortly. Bye-bye.